Alright, I remember this voice, everyone. Welcome back. How you doing today? I hope you're doing alright, because I'm going to be presenting some evidence today. I'm going to be testifying, I should say. I'm not presenting evidence. That attorney over there is presenting some evidence. Oh my gosh, okay. Well, besides, my name is Brushel. My job is to own representative of the world.
In other words, a freelance journalist, right?
If you don't mind, I'd like to say something here for the record.
Yes, Mr. Brushel.
I dislike conclusions, specifically the jumping aspect of conclusions. Preconceived make park sandbox of endless edge ways, end quote.
But you are a journalist. You said so yourself yesterday.
Well, that's true, yes.
Excuse me, jeez, okay.
But you must understand, I stand before you today with man of dream. I'm offering you my testimony in exchange for an exclusive price of my story. Scoop everything my Mr. Brushel, and that Mr. Brushel, end quote.
Let's hear your testimony then, shall we? A simple case, eh, Gavin? For me, the jury is still out. Witness testimony, the journalist's story.
I was in the studio around 9 o'clock that night to do the interview. First outsider to enter the outlier. Journalistic history made, end quote. His daughter brought us coffee right after we started. And you know what happened in the next. Star falls, end quote. No one else entered the room besides her the whole time.
That does sound like a simple case. Unless you were the one who poisoned him.
What are you saying, Judge?
Ahem. Need I remind you the cameras are rolling today? I felt the need to be a bit dramatic. You didn't do it, did you?
Me don't think like that. Come on, that's like no one's making the news. End quote. Or even contemporary witch hunt. End quote. I know. Why don't you should rock a courtroom? End quote.
Rock indeed.
Prosecutor Gavin sure looks like he's having fun.
I'm so happy for him. Very well. Mr. Justice, your cross-examination, please. Cross-examination! The journalist's story!
I was in the studio around 9 o'clock and I didn't do the interview. Or did you really? Somehow I don't believe you really did. Or did I? I don't really know. How could I prove myself innocent? You can't believe me unless I told you straight up with evidence. And I don't have any evidence. That attorney has all the evidence here. Anyway, whatever. I'm here. Everybody's
9 o'clock at night? Isn't that a little late for an interview?
That's the great painter Drew Bishop says to come 9. Believe you me, I go 9. First is and as it turned out, last interview was such a prolific painter.
Right. Can you tell us what it was like when you arrived?
First outsider to enter the outlier. Journalistic history made. End quote. Oops. 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 That attorney just skipped my testimony on accident. He's gonna be guilty now.
You were the first reporter ever in Drew's studio?
Posterity will look back on that night as a turning point in journalistic history. Basically, it's an insignificant step for all mankind. But thanks it for that Brushel guy. End quote.
If no one on the outside ever had access to the studio, then it would serve to reason that the deed was done by an insider. By which he means Vera did it. So how did this epoch-making interview go?
This dog brought us coffee right after we started.
Would you mind being a little more specific?
Ooh-wee! Let me tell you, I enjoy cuppa. In fact, it all began when I was in 3rd grade. No, wait, 4th grade.
That's not what I meant. I believe I know what Hair Forehead is driving at. This coffee the victim was served. Did anyone other than the defendant touch it? Right, that's what I was going to say, really. Excuse me.
Well, now, if you got a question to ask, you best straight up ask it. That's what I tell you at the new recruit several times if necessary. Right for a grade schooler. That's my motto. What doesn't it say I can only...
Who touched the coffee?
Don't know. I was in the back looking at the studio's equipment when she served it. ...
And what's happened next? Also, who has coffee at 9 o'clock at night? Like, for Pete's sake, you're trying to keep yourself up, man? I mean, jeez, don't you want to go to bed at like 11 or midnight or whatever? You know, even earlier than that, perhaps? Like, maybe right after he leaves, like, let's just say he left at 9:30? Would you want to go to bed maybe 10? I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that I go to bed that early usually, but actually I did last night before doing this, for today's recordings, I should say. I did. I went to bed at like 9:50. I was pretty tired actually. I got about 12 hours of sleep. It was nice. Anyway,
and you know what happened next? Star falls, end quote.
What's this about a star falling?
Star falls, huh? That's like an old telegram. Send money over. Zowie, you don't know that's the journalism code word. An important percentage passes away. Star falls, get it? But there's no gravity in space, is there? I wouldn't think stars could fall, really.
Does this matter?
Oh boy, it's good stuff, good stuff. How about star breaks? Nah, let's punch. I know, star dies. Nah, it lacks imagination. Of course you can go with Drew dies straight to the point. I like it.
I think we need to hear about something a little more substantial. The moment of death. What the moment of death? About when Mr. Mission passed away.
Oh boy, what a scene that was! He put his coffee mug down with a crash, right?
Yes, and then...
Cold finger death touches his spine. Life's flame sputters and fails. So cold was that touch he could do not but tremble uncontrollably. Actually, Life's flame is a little tired. Life's river froze over. Yes, that's a go.
I think he's starting his article already. Can you describe that a little more simply?
Well, as you can imagine, I was pretty surprised. He hit the floor, as they say. Artist seizure is final performance. End quote.
Atropine paralyzes the central nervous system. The body arches back like a bow. That limbs tremble. That's quite enough of that. Thanks, Judge, for interrupting that. I wanted to read the whole thing, you know. Some of us want to be able to sleep tonight.
Oh yeah, well, I want details. I have to do some details.
For that, you can listen to our last year's hit single, Atropine, My Love, by the Gaviniers, available at all major music outlets. The point here is that the victim died of atropine poisoning. Well, Mr. Justice, how did you find that testimony? Did I find it important? Sure. Well, as an account of the moment of the victim's death, I'd say it's very important. Please add to the testimony. Very well. The court requests of witness add this to count to his testimony. Okay.
That was spasm. That was definitely death by poison.
You say it was definitely death by poison. How can you be so sure?
Hey, look, I'm a journalist. I've seen lots of things. And I've had more than my share of experience with so-called poisonings. Man eats fishy fish. Goes bye-bye. End quote.
Food poisoning doesn't count. Should I get him to talk about something else? I do kind of want him to talk about something else, actually, but... Well, I mean, let me just make sure first. This is atropine right there. Trace of the slow acting deadly poison. It is slow acting! What the heck? Wait a second now. Was that actually important or not? Hold on a second. Let's go with what we have for now. Let's see. No one else entered the room besides her the whole time. Okay. It was spasm. That was definitely death by poison. Well, I don't know if there's anything definite about that. Hold on a second. Let me see this for sure. That's cool, I guess. Or is it? Maybe it's not that cool. Well, anyway, next one.
No one else entered the room besides her that whole time.
Can you say that for sure?
For sure, I'm sure. Just take it in the big place, kiddo. I don't know if someone else had come in.
What if they had been hiding in there from before? Even if someone had been hiding in the studio, they hardly could have poisoned that mug without anyone noticing.
You think Iceberg Brushel would miss something so obvious as that? No way! He sure makes it sound exciting. I guess that's his job.
There's only one moment we need to focus on, really.
The moment when Drew Mission died?
Exactly. There has to be something there.
I missed the studio around 9 o'clock that night to do the interview.
Oops. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that, everyone. No, I'm so sorry. Ah, jeez. Anyway, those spasms were definitely poisoning. Are you sure about that? Well, let's see for sure. Okay. Brushel's coffee. So you drank the coffee that Vera served you too?
Of course, when someone says to get you coffee, you drink it. That's what my old boss always used to say. Never did get what he meant by it, though.
But you're still alive, which is to say you didn't die.
Of course not. No boy falling before you're a star. End quote.
That's not exactly what I was getting at. What were you getting at then? You know the poison was on the rim, not in the coffee.
Oh, yes, yes. There were 2 cups on the tray she bought. And one of the cups had Drew's signature painted on the side.
No chance a guest would take that one by mistake, I guess. Well, Mr. Justice, was that testimony important? We're talking about the coffee the witness drank. I say that is important. Very well. Please add that to your testimony, Mr. Brushel.
I drank the coffee too, but I'm not dead yet.
You're sure you drank the coffee?
Oh yes, quite. Yes, quite. I gulped it down and felt that sweet scorch in my throat.
But you say the victim took 1 sip and fell over, and you still kept drinking?
Of course, drink your coffee when it's hot. Never when it's not.
Well, you know, there's iced coffee out there, you know. So there's people who do that.
That's what my old boss used to always say. Never really knew what he meant by it.
Should I get him to talk about something else?
Yeah,
I guess so. Why not? Star's coffee. You say Mr. Misham had the coffee too, but did you actually see him drink the coffee?
Of course. He who sees it wins, but he who says it wins bigger. End quote. I live in a man sees dog eat dog and writes about it world. Yet. I guess I can't say I saw him drinking it. Really. He had one so-called sip, if that. And but lips a mug drinks. End quote.
That poison is quite virulent, I hear.
My stomach did a so-called somersault. Cause I gulped down his coffee without so much as a second glance at it. Wait, maybe there's some kind of so-called trick. I didn't want to venture a guess for the record.
Does this guy have a pause button? Well, Mr. Justice, did you find that testimony valuable? The victim drank his coffee, then immediately fell over?
Oh, yes! You can go to press with that one.
Your Honor, that is a vital piece of information. Please add it to the testimony. Very well. The witness will add it to the testimony.
Vital, right!
Alrighty then. So I'm going to assume...
He had one sip of that, and the next moment he was on the floor.
So I'm assuming, yeah, okay, I got rid of all the other ones then. So pressing. So he either took a sip or he didn't, then he fell over.
Oh yes, indubitably, just like that, bam!
So Mr. Misham drank the coffee and fell over immediately. I think Brushel's telling the truth too. Should I get him to talk about something else? Nope, no need. Okay. There's no real need to change the testimony. Problem with the testimony is already pretty obvious. No, okay, wait, that's not what I'm doing. What am I doing? Okay. That's not it. That's not it. And at that moment, he was on the floor. So that's the one. So we're going to present the coffee trace of the slow-acting deadly poison attribute were found on the rim. So I don't think there's anything else that's going to say anything about that, right? So, present! You know what I have a problem with? The particular property of the poison used, atropine. Oh, Prosecutor Gavin was quite clear about the poison. A lethal dosage of 0.002 milligrams paralyzes the central nervous system. If you drank that, even you, Mr. Justice, would be reduced to a quivering pile. Why are you using me as an example? Unfortunately, we weren't told everything. There was a vital omission in Prosecutor Gavin's information. ... An omission? Atraquin is as virulent as he says, but death doesn't come upon ingestion, not immediately. That's because Atraquin is slow-acting. Slow-acting. I don't know what I just said right now. According to one forensic scientist, it's one of the most virulent poisons, but is absorbed in the body astonishingly slowly. It takes at least 15 minutes from the time of ingestion for adverse effects to show. If we suppose that the moment of Mr. Misham sipped the coffee was when he sealed his fate, then he would still have had time left to enjoy his last cup of joe. Order! Order! What's the meaning of this? If what the defense says is correct, why that contradicts the entire testimony we've just heard. Well, Mr. Brushel, anything to say on the record?
Slow acting! So S-L-O-W-A-C-T! It was virulent, alright? Even then, it had already begun digging its claws into the journalist. He's working on a scoop.
It's Brushel, yeah. Herr Brushel, let's take a trip back down memory lane.
Huh?
Did the victim really die the instant he took a sip? Think it over. This is vital.
You know what I think? I think that was a not so subliminal suggestion, end quote.
I admit it does cause a problem if he died when you say he died. I would be forced to say auf Wiedersehen to my simple case. And you would be forced to say farewell to your article.
Come again?
You can't write a story based on conjecture, can you? And as the case drags on, the other reporters will pick up the scent. And you'll be forced to kiss your exclusive scoop goodbye.
Scoop? Scoop? I got a toothbrush here. I hope you don't mind I brush my teeth in the middle of court and my glasses. I think it's nice that I brush my glasses too. Actually, my tongue is pretty needing of this stuff too. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Scoop! Scoop! Look, wait, just wait 1 second here. Just 1 second.
We're waiting. We're waiting. Out with it.
I think I just recalled a so-called important detail. Revival recollection, end quote. Historian survival, end quote.
Attorney utterly confused, end quote.
Actually, I did know something when I was in the studio. I heard the poison. That takes its sweet time, see?
But not what I've been saying for the last few minutes, apparently.
Mr. Brushel, are you saying you noticed something that explains what happened? You bet I am! The antidote for a poisonous contradiction, end quote, you might say?
Or, I still have no idea what you're talking about, end quote, I might say.
I figured out, but only after an in-depth interview. See? Thanks to my journalism skills, I know who poisoned that coffee.
Order! 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 As far as I can tell, the witness is standing by his testimony that Mr. Misham died the instant he drank. After he drank.
Of course I'm standing by my testimony! And my dream of exclusive rights to this story!
Ah, I suppose it was too much to hope for. What was? Of course he wouldn't choose a simple case, not him.
Him?
Phoenix Wright, who else? ... Achtung, Herr Brushel. Report for us, if you would. What is it you noticed? ... This court is a critical trial of the juris system. I'm afraid no room for doubt is permissible. You will testify to the court about what you noticed. Witness testimony, what Brushel noticed.
When I arrived at the studio, my Mr. Bishop was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. I thought nothing of it at the time, of course. Now that I think about it, what if he was writing a suicide note?
A suicide note?
Yes, he had his long look on his face. Man's face inscrutable as a quadratic equation, end quote. Suicide? Poor Mr. Misham. But that means Vera's innocent.
Would someone commit suicide in the middle of an interview?
Oh!
Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. What Brushel noticed? Cross-examination. What did he really notice, though? He probably didn't notice anything.
When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Bishop was at his desk.
But that's not true. He wasn't at his desk, man. I got proof saying the contrary, of course. He was at his mailbox. Or something like that. Or was he? I don't really know. Anyway, though, let's see. Pressing! Was there anyone at the studio other than Mr. Misham?
Well, it's not a Vera, of course.
Was anyone besides Mr. Misham and Vera present?
Not a single one. Not a cat. Not a rat. Not even a mouse.
The only person who didn't belong to that studio there was you, wasn't it, Mr. Brushel?
I know what you're doing. I know your game. Attorney uses classic Rams didn't phenomenal employ, end quote.
If you intend to suggest that this reporter is a suspect, I'm sure you also intend to present evidence supporting that assertion is correct. In the meantime, let's move along, shall we? Maybe.
He didn't be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope.
So he put the letter away when he saw you.
Early reporting gets warm, end quote. That's my secret.
I'm not sure I follow.
This is not an interview. I arrive 15 minutes ahead of schedule. The handle turns, the door opens, and I barge in.
Are you sure that's okay to do? I mean, isn't that unlawful entry, really?
Mr. Bishop sure seemed to think so. You should have seen him. He crammed his letter in that yellow envelope as fast as he could. I know a secret when I spot one, and that was one.
It does seem significant. Well, Mr. Justice, I wonder. It does have the ring of something important. Adds a testimony, I guess? The defense filed this testimony vile, Your Honor. Very well. Please add it to the testimony, then.
Hey, why not? My account comes free of charge.
Free?
That's amazing. That was a yellow envelope. I heard it was left at the crime scene. So
wait, what did I just add on the testimony?
You seem to be right with the sealed envelope. It was a yellow envelope. I heard it was left at the scene of crime.
And you saw him seal this envelope with the letter? A yellow envelope? We're talking about this one right here? Found in the victim's desk drawer containing 2 sheets of paper. Well, this definitely was not a yellow envelope. Mr. Drew Mission was... Oh, gosh dang, can't they just make this more clear? I don't have to read all this. And you saw him seal this yellow envelope with the letter.
Hey, don't look at me like that. I saw what I saw. Apollo, you think this might be...
our big break? Yeah. What I need to show is some decisive evidence now. So...
I thought nothing of it at the time, of course. You know,
I'll just go and press the other things, because why the heck not, right? You didn't think anything might be wrong at the time.
Hey, before you have an interview, that's what I'm there to do. Interview finds looking more effective than caring. End quote.
So what about now? Thinking back on it, did you sense anything strange in Mr. Misham's behavior?
Well, yeah, that's why I'm telling you all this to begin with.
Very well. Continue with your testimony.
Now that I think about it, what if he was writing a suicide note?
A suicide note?
Well, yeah, don't quote me on anything. I'm just saying it's a possibility, you know?
So you didn't actually check the letter?
Of course not, it was sealed. Contents of Ken unknown until Ken is open, end quote.
You can always check the label.
Do you think Mr. Mission was writing a suicide note?
If he was, that would solve the case in a jiffy.
It kind of makes me wonder about that letter.
Doesn't it now? Anyway, though, I heard it was a yellow envelope. I heard it was left at the crime scene, right? Okay. So, this is the one, right? So that's the Grimari envelope. This is the one we found in the victim's desk, so present. Objection! As it just so happens, there was just a single letter in a desk drawer at the scene. In a red envelope.
What?
Jeez, it shouldn't... that tie strangling his own head right there. That was kind of interesting. Prosecutor Gavin. Yes. Was a yellow envelope found at the scene of the crime? Unfortunately, no, but hair forehead. It's easy to mistake the color of an envelope. I guess. But not this envelope. You see, it was postmarked already 7 years ago. Well, Mr. Brushel.
I can explain that. Drew, right? He wanted to get that letter in an envelope. Pronto. Get it out of my sight, my beady eyes, right? So he grabbed the nearest envelope and crammed it away.
And what about the whole red and yellow envelope contradiction, chump? Well, Mr. Justice, have you anything to say to the witness's claim? That night, the victim put a letter he had been writing in a red envelope. It's possible. It's impossible. I'm gonna say it's impossible for no reason. That's impossible. Ah, I like your expression. It's so full of confidence. It's simple, really. As it just so happens, the defense team investigated the contents of this envelope with the assistance of a forensic scientist. What? Note that this letter is addressed to Drew Misham.
Oh!
Why would he address a letter to himself? let alone send a suicide note to himself. I meant scoops! Order! 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 Mr. Brushel, can you explain this to the court?
Oh, my. How could I have forgotten? I suppose this happens to the best of us. Old reporter gets old, forgets lots. End quote.
I'm still waiting for an explanation, Mr. Brushel.
Well, that's the thing, see? After he put his letter in that envelope, Mr. Bishop sat there searching his desk drawer for something.
Excuse me. His desk drawer?
Yes, stamp, so-called postage stamp, end quote.
A stamp? Whatever for?
Well, mail his letter, what else? And then, why, yes, I think I saw him put it in his letter box. Yes, it was a yellow envelope, and he put it in that box.
Well, apparently, this yellow letter...
Oh, how I wish I did! Just thinking we're suicide note. What a story! Saw right suicide note in front of the reporter. Falls. End quote.
Ahem. As I was saying, that has nothing to do with this case. That said... Yes, Your Honor. It makes me wonder about the contents of that red envelope.
It makes me wonder too.
Mr. Drew Mission, something deposited $100,000. Sign the papers and send in the... $100,000 is quite a good deal of money. So this was from 7 years ago, yeah.
That's not! So am I finished here? I mean, am I finished here? I'm thinking of, going home and starting writing.
What's so suspicious? Thank you, Clavier. I know I was incredibly delayed, but I don't care. I hate to state what should be pretty obvious to anyone, but when you catch the scent of a story, you make that, or rather, unique face, like he's smelling something. He's smelling a rat, perhaps. Oh, jeez.
Ah, come on! Authority has active imagination. Little else. End quote.
Even I noticed something, and my eyes aren't what they used to be. I'm starting to understand what all this perceiving stuff is about. Speaking of his age, someone pointed out that based off when he was born, the whole gramophone thing wouldn't really make any sense. Like, why is he talking about gramophones when he was born in year whatever? I mean, the guy, sure, he's old, but he's not that old. He wasn't, like, gramophone old. I mean, geez. I don't know when exactly it was. I'm assuming it was, like, maybe he was, like, 1970s, 1980s kind of guy or something like that. Like, that maybe, like, that's how old he is. Actually, wait, what? He was in 1980s, though. I'd put him, like, in his 30s or something during the events of the first game. I don't know. Maybe not. Okay, maybe it was the 1970s or something like that. I'll take a guess that he was like the 70s something. Like he's like in his 50s right now. Like he was an old-looking 40-something in the first game. I don't really know. I'm starting to. Okay, we already read that. Judge has active imagination. End quote. Please continue with your testimony. Tell us about the scent of a story.
Hey, I'm the one asking good questions here. Usually.
Or are you? The scent of a story. Witness testimony.
Actually, it took a bit of work to get a thumbs up on the interview. Reporter Leverage Story gets his interview. End quote. The story concerned a certain case from 7 years ago. That red envelope probably had something to do with it. Say what you will, but Drew's talent was without compare. Was it now? Were you sure about that?
So you threatened to go to the press with this story. That's how you got your interview? Blackmail?
Well, yes. No. That wasn't exactly black. I'm not,
Something wrong, Mr. Brushel.
But look, this is my story. My tidbit. Journalist influence his livelihood. End quote.
I see.
Why do you have me shouting away here? What's going on out there? What if some Wally Wordsworth's Sally Scooper gets wind of my story? They can be going to press while I'm going to waste.
The court feels your pain, Mr. Brushel. Mr. Justice, let's pick up the pace. A certain case 7 years ago. Wait, 7 years ago?
Dot.
Cross-examination, the scent of a story.
Actually, I took a bit of work to give time's up on the interview.
I don't know about that, man. It might have actually taken about, you know, something, I don't know, something happened. I'm calling it out. Something absolutely did happen. But you know what else is going to happen really soon from now? Now I'll let you take a guess real quick, everyone. Take your guesses here. What is your guess? If it is, I'm going to end this episode right now. You are correct! See you later!